clip from last week was from me and Stan. We went to Monster Jam. We got free tickets and we're able to go like into the suite. So yeah, that was pretty nice. But today is Monday. It is now March and I'm on day 1 of my anesthesia rotation, and this is my last rotation of medical school. So I'm super excited about this month because it's also match day this month, about 2 weeks away from match week. So yeah, a lot happening this month. I'm really looking forward to this anesthesia rotation. Get to intubate a lot, get to start some IVs. So yeah, should be a pretty good experience. All right, so I picked up my change of scrubs that I'm gonna be wearing in the OR. All right, all set. I'm in my scrubs. This is actually the same hospital I was at for half of my internal medicine rotation and about 2 weeks of my surgery rotation when I was on EMT. This is an off-site hospital. One of my other classmates should be here, so I'm about to head over to the OR now, and I'll see you guys after. So we just finished up the first case. It's about, well, we just started got done with the induction of the first case. It's about 9 o'clock. Being back in the OR and not being like a student on a surgery rotation is just such a different feeling. Like low stress, no pressure, just relax, don't have to worry about breaking sterile field. It's a nice feeling. So I'm primarily working like one-on-one with a nurse anesthetist. Anesthesiologist is there too, but the nurse anesthetist pretty much remains in the OR throughout the case. And she's a really great teacher. I let her know that one thing I want to do this month is really hone in on my IV skills, you know, starting IVs and placing IVs, because that's not really a clinical skill that we did throughout medical school. So this month I really want to practice that. And she said that I can start placing the IVs on all the patients during pre-op. So yeah, should be good. All right, so I am done for the day. Pretty good day. We had 2 cases and it is 12:30. I swear the entire month of February has rained in Atlanta, and we're in March, still have a lot of rain. But I am headed to this Mexican restaurant, meeting my friend for lunch this afternoon. But I had to quickly just like run down to the cafeteria and grab a banana. I feel like I was gonna pass out. I had such a small breakfast this morning. So I kind of forgot I was vlogging yesterday, so I stopped vlogging after I went to the restaurant. But it is the next day, just got to the gym and about to get a workout in.
Yeah, let it burn. Good, precious. Good.
So my entire adult life I've weighed pretty much like 120 pounds. After my workout today, I stepped on the scale and I weighed 131. So I started my fitness journey like back in November, and the goal was to put on muscle, add weight, you know, get gains, and I've gained about 10 pounds over this like 3.5 month period. So yeah, really seeing some results. I noticed a difference like in my arms, getting some definition. Noticed a big difference in my legs. Still like a lot more, a long way to go, but I'm happy with the progress that I've made so far. But the ultimate goal is to just be stronger, feel stronger, be fit, and yeah, get those gains. And I will say, like, all throughout medical school, I always had the excuse of, oh, there's not time, I just don't have time to work out. Granted, your time is limited, but you have to prioritize, and if you make fitness a priority, you will fit it in. And for me, I just didn't really make it a priority during my first 3 years. Every now and then I would work out, but 4th year, I finally said, you know, I have the time in my schedule, I'm gonna make this a priority, and I'm gonna start this fitness journey. And my hope is, since now I've already gotten myself into this routine of going to the gym, you know, 3 to 4 times a week, when residency starts, of course it's going to be a super busy time, but I just plan to already keep those habits that I've formed currently. Happy Saturday, guys. I left my camera at home, so the quality is different because I'm on my iPhone, but we're at Kennesaw Mountain, going for a hike. All right, let's make it to the top. job. Are you tired?
I did.
That was a lot.
I am tired.
Let's see. So we've now committed to doing this hike every Saturday. I think it's gonna be a pretty good workout. Great view too. I've only been here like one other time before. Alright, so I'm back home. I just took like the longest nap ever. But so far I am 1 week into my anesthesia rotation, 3 more weeks to go. And somebody messaged me and said that they were interested in anesthesia, so they wanted me to show more about this rotation. I know a lot of people have this idea about anesthesiologists, how they kind of just sit in the OR. You know, they're able to be on their phone in the OR and don't really do much or don't really know much about the field outside of that. And honestly, on this rotation, I haven't had exposure to like really the depth of anesthesiology outside of the OR. But I know they can do other things like epidural, so if you just want to strictly do that and be involved in OB-GYN, placing or doing epidurals, or you can do like pain management. I know some things you can do is like local nerve blocks. You can specialize and do specifically like cardiothoracic anesthesia, so you're specifically doing cases that involve like heart surgery. So there are some other areas of anesthesia. I really can't speak on it too much because I've only been in the OR and I've only been involved in like doing direct, you know, intubations. So as a student on this rotation, pretty much the responsibilities is just to, you know, do intubations, do as many as you can. So you will need to do a pre-op assessment. So before they go into the OR, you need to assess their airway, you know, make sure that they are stable and ready to go into surgery. So that involves getting their medical history, if they have any heart issues, if they have anything like sleep apnea, if they have diabetes, you know, getting a full medical workup. Then once I'm in the OR, the student is allowed to do the intubation. So I've been doing intubation with the gladoscope. So that is a camera that you use after you put the laryngoscope down the oral airway. You then use a camera to then see. And since I've been using this, I'm wondering like, how do people do direct intubations without using the camera? Obviously people have been doing that for many years. There's some people that don't use the gladoscope or the camera. So the nurse anesthetist or the CRNA that I work with told me that I can practice with doing both, but right now I am getting comfortable with using the video. Each airway that I've done has been so different. You know, I got the opportunity to do a pretty difficult airway. Like the guy was very large, had a very large neck. He did have sleep apnea, so that was a pretty difficult intubation for me, but they were able to walk me through it and I had success with that one. Yeah, overall I'm very pleased with the rotation so far. I'm just getting as many tubes as I can. So pretty much after the patient is intubated, sedated, and sleep and surgery gets started, I can then hop to the next room and the next case and then try to intubate you know, the next patient. But of course, I'm not just like hopping from room to room. I'm making sure I'm introducing myself to the patient, doing the pre-op assessment, and then I go into the room and intubate. So yeah, this month is pretty much just all about getting comfortable with, you know, intubating in controlled and calm situations. That way when I find myself in the ER come intern year in July, I've had that experience and I just feel more comfortable going into it. So yeah, it is Saturday evening. I don't have any plans for the rest of the day. I'm just gonna edit this video. And we're exactly 2 weeks away from match day. I don't know if I explained, match day is actually March 20th, a Friday. That's like when you open up your whole envelope and figure out where you're going. But that Monday, March 16th, is when you get the email saying if you match or you don't match. I know a few people are like, they're not gonna go to their rotation site on that day because they just wanna have that moment to themselves, whether they receive good or bad news. I'm likely gonna go in that day. I mean, I'm pretty confident that I am gonna match. It's just about where am I gonna match. And of course, I plan to be vlogging on match day. I'll probably record my reaction on that Monday to receiving the email as well. But yeah, until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. If you enjoyed this one, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.